become available, but I do think you're trying to find somebody that doesn't feel or doesn't make Justin feel that he has to carry the weight of that offense on a consistent basis.
Hey, Dan, always a pleasure, my brother. Safe travels as well. Keep up the great work. We'll holler at you soon after the weekend, okay?
Push.
Yeah, he's one of our favorites. Dan Orlovsky, ESPN football analyst. Hit him on the socials at Dan Orlovsky7. Always great to have him joining us here on Freddie and Harry with my man Harry Douglas. Hit him on the socials, HDouglas83. I'm Freddie Coleman. You can do the same at Coleman ESPN. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of 9 vacancies in the National Football League. That's right, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Thomas stepping down after 19 years, a Super Bowl championship, and 2 Super Bowl appearances. So where would they rank among the best NFL head coaching vacancies? Would that make our top 6? Our selection committee will know all and tell all next on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and this is ESPN Plus.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
The post-career day press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed. And I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
News now on 102.7 The Game.
Reporting for Cromwell Media News, I'm Rob Nichols. Gas prices across Kentucky remain well below the national average this week. AAA says the average cost per gallon in the state is currently at $2.52. The national average has dropped down to $2.79 a gallon. Local leaders in Hopkinsville are encouraging citizens to set up neighborhood watch groups. Officials say the public safety program is an effective way to look out for neighbors and report suspicious activity to authorities. Residents who are interested in forming a neighborhood watch there can contact the Hopkinsville Police Department to get training. Groups that complete the course will also get official neighborhood watch signs. Kentucky native Muhammad Ali will soon be honored with his own postal stamp this week. The USPS will hold a first day of issue event at the boxing legend's hometown of Louisville on Thursday. The stamps feature a black and white photo of Ali in his famous boxing pose, along with his name in large capital letters. Ali once famously said, "I should be a postage stamp because that's the only way I'll ever get licked." The stamps can be pre-ordered online now. And voters across Kentucky could get a chance to vote on whether or not to legalize recreational cannabis in the Commonwealth. Representative Nima Kilkami introduced House Bill 199 this week, allowing for adults over 21 to possess up to 1 ounce of cannabis. I'm Rob Nichols reporting.
This is Robert Edge with Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. The new year means a new review of auto, home, and life insurance. Contact me, Robert Edge, with Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, 270-683-1715. Thank you.
At the University of Kentucky, we build, we work, we lead. Not for the credit, but the future. For the name on the front of the jersey, the name that binds us, the place that drives us. For students and patients, farmers and families, fans and physicians, from dawn to dusk, we're here, advancing Kentucky together.
At DePaul University, your dreams don't wait for opportunity. We meet 100% of each student's demonstrated financial need. Nothing should stand between you and your potential. Visit depauw.edu.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Here's your 14 first alert forecast for the overnight hours. Rain moving through with a low of 38 degrees. On Wednesday, early rain, then clearing during the day with a high of 44 and windy too. On Wednesday night, clear skies, much colder, a low of 18. Thursday, partly sunny and cold with a high of 30 degrees. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 first alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios, ESPN Radio, all sports, all the time. Kentuckiana sports leader, 102.7 WLME, Louisville, 102.7 The Game.
Answer, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree. One call for injury law, that's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
What's going on, man? Missed you yesterday.
I was, they split the team up yesterday.
We did. Dave filled in admirably. We had a great crowd over at Bud's. It was awesome. A lot of listeners over there that really enjoy the show, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, more the merrier, man. Be sure and download the Owensboro Radio app. You can listen anywhere in the world, not just Evansville. Anywhere in the world there on the Owensboro Radio app. You can text us through the show. Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line is 270-903-0389. And we are streaming today out there on social media, all the socials. And then wherever you consume your podcast, you can get the audio. Subscribe there.
Yep. If you miss a show, we got you right there covered.
Talking to you, Coach Flowers, of them road trips,
Well, it's up yesterday, and also we passed
that mix. Yes. And then he laughed at that, and he said he loves it. He said his parents really love it over in Spain because they, their English isn't great, but they know when you get the smooth operator,
he did something
well. Yeah. So he said he really likes that. And then Chin, man, what a great dude. If you missed it, we'll have it posted up on the podcast page. Drew Cooper Coaches Show. One thing about the Drew Cooper Coaches Show that's refreshing is Coach Cooper it's not coach speak.
No.
Not, and I really like that about the Jason Morris show too. There's some coaches you'll interview and they're not going to give you anything. I mean, it's just going to be straight-laced, coach speak, 101.
Yeah, it's like trying to interview Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, telling you right now, Drew Cooper sometimes can maybe be too much, And, I know his players have to listen, right? And but no, I thought, he was very forthright. He said, the season really – because I asked him, I said, if we go back to the beginning of the year for Kentucky Wesleyan – and there was a lot of uncertainty. Even talking to Coach Cooper, he was very uncertain about how this team would perform. He knew they had talent. He didn't know how it would come together. And I think it's been pretty good, considering, where we thought it may be. I think there's still an opportunity there on the table for this team. And he said 100% this team will be defined by how they perform on the road. Yep. It's like they're 0-5 on the road.
They got a big 3-game road trip.
0-3 on this he said if we go 0-3 on this road trip, the season's pretty much dead. So, and that, I think that's as point blank as you can get. And so it puts a lot of pressure on the team. And then talking to the guys, they know the urgency of winning on the road. So they're not, it's not foreign to them. I'm sure Coach Cooper and Coach Krapinski are beating it into their head.
No, if you look across what the conferences that make up the Midwest region, nobody's winning on the road. So where you are right now, you're still in pretty good shape. I was looking at, different spots out there, and I think they had Wesleyan anywhere from 12 to 13 in the conference, in the region.
Yeah, in the region.
On the rankings, based on power rankings and strength of schedule, kind of how they do all that. But if you go out and you win a couple road games and you take care of business at home, let's say you go 2-1 on this 3-game road trip, or maybe you go 3-0 and then you take care of business home after that, all of a sudden you jump from 12-13 to
Wesleyan should win.
Yes.
And it's going to Malone, so that all bets are off. But I think if they can just get that one under their belt, because going to Walsh Saturday, right now that's the best team in the con. They've only lost 2 games.
Right, and they're like 3. If you look at the early rankings of the Midwest region, they're 3. So if you can go and beat Malone and kind of set up that Saturday and go play well at Walsh and pull an upset there, all of a sudden you really help your status in the Midwest region.
Yeah, so you can check out the Coach Cooper show when we get it posted here. It should be up sometime tonight, maybe tomorrow. So check that out, and I think if you're a Wesleyan fan, there's a lot of great information in there. The game Saturday, Walsh always well coached. It'll be a good trip. And you'll be making the trip up to Walsh.
That one will be on BIO. The men's and women's game will start at noon our time with the women first, and then the men to follow. And then I think then you go back on the road Thursday at Northwoods, and I think you and I will I know I'm going to be there. I think you may be going with it. Thomas More.
I think you may be going to Northwood.
I think you may be going with me to Thomas More to do the Live at 5 live from Thomas More, and then the men's game.
Might be able to cut that. We'll see. I'll be honest with you, it really depends on how they do on the 2 games before that.
There you go. If they go 2-0, you may be
if
there.
If they go 2-0, then go ahead and mark it down because it'll be a huge game next Thursday night for the Panthers. But we'll move it on. We got Owensboro Health basketball top 10. First time this year, we're going to give Player of the Weeks away. So we'll do the basketball top 10 in the middle part of the show. The back segment will be all the girls' Player of the Weeks that are left over. And I wanted to start, man, Mike Tomlin today has stepped down from the Steelers. Last night, Houston Texans really put a pounding on them in the second half. Took them a little while. But that Houston defense, man, swarming last night.
Made Aaron Rodgers look like he was 40-something years old.
They really did. Yeah, they really got after him. He was holding the ball a little bit and just kind of looked like the sun was setting on his career. It'd be interesting to see if that's the last pass he throws.
I don't think
that interception.
I don't
know. It really just depends. Now there's a big question because you don't know who's going to be at the helm for the Steelers. I think if he was to come back, I think it would be the Steelers.
You want me to tell you who's going to be at the helm of the Steelers? Brian Flores.
It's possible, yeah. No, it certainly is. I think Flores would be a great hire for Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
I know I saw the early odds.
He's the favorite.
He was the favorite with number 2 being Marcus Freeman. You're not getting Marcus Freeman. He's not going to the NFL this year. I don't think Marcus Freeman goes to the NFL for a while.
Well, that'd be a heck of a get for Pittsburgh, though. I could just see. I can understand.
Freeman's smart enough to go. You don't go somewhere where the whole quarterback situation, even if it's so unsettled for the next 5 years, and you and I both know without a quarterback in the NFL, you're doomed for failure.
You have to get one for sure, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to be able to get a guy that could play there and have success. It's just a stable organization. I mean, if you're going to take a NFL job, I don't know that there's anyone out there that you feel like you have more stability than with the Steelers. They've had 3 head coaches in the history, right?
Yep.
So
just 3.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, that's pretty appealing. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. I've heard Shula from the Rams it's been about a month ago. Really, his name's kind of been at the top of a list. I think Flores would certainly be in there. Tell you a guy low-key to watch out for that really fits the brand of the way the Steelers have gone about hiring their coaches in the past. I think they were all in their mid-30s when they hired them.
And they're all kind of defensive guys, too.
They are all defensive guys, so this will be a little bit off. Grant Udinski, the offensive coordinator for the Jags, Liam Cohen, hired him away. He was our assistant quarterbacks coach, and Kevin O'Connell just raves about him. He said it'd be like hiring a guy to run a car wash that knows how to build a car from the ground up.
There you go.
That's what, and that's the position he was in Minnesota. So being an assistant quarterbacks coach, and you've heard Trevor Lawrence really rave about him. He's a low key name to watch out there.
He's
only
so
30
too.
years old.
Yeah.
But, I think that's a name for Pittsburgh that would fit in pretty well. This coaching carousel is going to be fun. I mean, this was supposed to be a slow coaching carousel.
Well, you talk about we always say there's going to be a couple that you don't think of, and you didn't know about the Steelers, and you still don't. All reports are that Green Bay and LaFleur are going to work something out, but he's wanting to be the highest paid coach in football from everything you hear. And so, do they balk on that, and does he come available?
I don't know if
you
he's
don't
a
know.
lame duck. Do they not? Because he's in the final year of his contract, so it'll be interesting to see if they just make him coach on the final year.
I think he walks away if that's the case.
I mean, I don't.
There's too many jobs open that he could get and be,
for sure.
and would be the number 1 candidate.
Yeah, I think he would instantly be the number 1 candidate in Atlanta with Matt Ryan running the show there. So this coaching carousel is going to be fun. I mean, the NFL offseason is as fun as the regular season. That being said, there's still playoff games to go, and this is about as balanced of a divisional round weekend that I've seen ever. Really, as a fan, I'm jacked.
I've always thought the
best.
I always thought the best round of the NFL playoffs was always the divisional round.
It is, yeah.
I think that's the best.
The Saturday. The schedule on Saturday, the way it's laid out, I really wish they'd do a Saturday night game and then 3 games on Sunday. Because to me, you put the Bills and the Broncos on a Saturday afternoon.
No, they didn't start till 4 o'clock, I think, or 3:30. Yeah, 3 o'clock.
3:30, but listen, 3:30 on a Saturday.
I just wanted it late because we got UK early, and we can get UK over with, and then go right into NFL football. I think they would be better served to do what college football did, where you played 1 on Friday night, 3 on Saturday. The NFL doing 1 on Saturday night and then 3 on Sunday.
Yeah, noon, 3 o'clock, and then the Sunday night game, just like you've done all season long. But Denver and Buffalo is the best game of the weekend on paper, right? I mean, it's the most intriguing.
It is the most intriguing.
Buffalo just beat the best team in the AFC on the road, in my opinion.
I think so. I think the Jags had. I thought the Jags had a shot to go to the Super Bowl. I think Buffalo does too. I know that Denver defense is so good. They win a lot of close games. You don't know how good they really are. We're about ready to find out, because I think if Denver beats Buffalo, I'm not so sure Denver won't be in the Super Bowl.
I mean, this is Josh Allen's best chance.
Without a doubt.
I mean, going into the postseason, of course, you look at it immediately and say,
if he doesn't win, if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl this year with what's out there, then he has to get the Lamar treatment. He has to get that.
For sure.
He's just a guy that puts up great numbers but can't win the big one when the time comes, because there's no Mahomes, there's no Lamar, there's no Burrow. You are the best quarterback supposedly left, and you've got to go win. I just don't know. I don't see them winning in Denver.
Would you take Drake May over? Not right now. Not like because he's going to be projected. I'm talking about right now to win one playoff game. If you had one quarterback to pick in the AFC,
I would take
Josh Allen.
I would take Drake May because I think I just have not.
May's great.
Josh Allen had the chance to win the big one
for about 3 quarters the other night.
He didn't have to be good because the defense was so good. I mean,
understandable, but we're talking about quarterbacks. Like the throw that Josh Allen made to put the Bills in
in the position, the third down with a runner in it.
Looks like the receiver's wide open, but if you look at the replay, the full replay, Allen threw that ball when that receiver was covered off his back foot, threw him open to the middle of the field.
Looking down the barrel of a defender. It is. Now,
yeah.
I want to tell you right now, and because I don't think he gets enough credit. I'm not so sure the best quarterback, the way he's playing right now, left in the playoffs, is Purdy. Like, he has been, I know you sit there and say you can't pay him the money, but everybody has gotten hurt on that team except for him and McCaffrey, and he just goes out and keeps performing.
Do a couple picks against the Eagles. The Eagles' anemic offense certainly.
Yeah, they fired their OC today.
Certainly helped. I mean, A.J. Brown, I love it. People are in Sirianni for getting into, A.J. Brown. Sirianni is putting, his livelihood on the line out there, and you got a guy in A.J. Brown who's been crying all season for the football. You give him 2 prime opportunities to make a great play, and he drops it both times. Yeah. I'm fine with Sirianni ripping A.J. Brown.
I mean, that didn't bother. I don't think
Philly needs to get A.J. Brown out of town.
I don't think he even ripped him for drop. It had something to do with getting off the field or the way he was acting or whatever.
Yeah, he did say get off the field.
Yeah. Now, I will say the first pass, there was talk. Now, I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just going off what the announcers talked about, that the way when they were watching the replay, the wind really moving that ball.
Sure.
And it caused.
Hit his hands, didn't it?
No, well, it caught just the hands. No, the second one did. The second one did. The first one,
I think they
he ended up being a little short on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it took him back to the middle of the field.
Yeah, and then the way the wind blew it, ended up being.
The
second one he should have caught.
Really bad one.
I agree 100% with that. That one, if you are a big time wide receiver getting big time money and big time games, you got to make that catch.
We're going to find out if you're right this week, because Brock Purdy goes to Seattle.
He does.
Who outside of Houston probably, and Denver has a great one too, but Seattle in the NFC, I think, has the best defense. And so you're going to go on the road to Seattle. Now, he's got Trent Williams back. He didn't have it for the number 1 seed game.
But Kittle now's out for maybe finish his career. The receivers.
I just mean that helps Purdy.
I know. Purdy's being like a miniature Tom Brady. Like, you can't even name his receivers.
No.
And he's putting up monster numbers.
Robinson came out of nowhere.
Jennings is another one.
Jennings, I mean, and the backup tight end, pretty good for them too. It's going to be a great weekend for football. I mean, that game's incredible. The Rams at the Bears has all kinds of intrigue. The Bears were dead to rights. Caleb brings them back in the second half. Caleb Williams is a guy who's 50-50. He's either 50 horrible or he's 50 top 3 quarterback in the league.
Well, for 3 quarters,
it happens in every game.
It does. For 3 quarters, he was the bust we always said he was, and in the fourth quarter, he was the best quarterback in football.
That throw he made on 4th and 9
was unreal.
I mean, it was as good as you're going to see, and that's scary for me, especially with Ben Johnson there.
But this is where we go back.
You have any problems with the Ben Johnson, the way he acted?
No.
With LaFleur, the quick handshake, and then the whole colorful language about the Packers.
There is something about them, too, that if you go back, there's been a lot of quick handshakes.
100%. Goes all the way back to the Washington days.
I'm fine with it. 100% fine with it.
I am
coaches
too.
don't have to be buddies.
No, I have too.
No, man.
To be clear, I have too. Anybody that gets on that freight train against the Packers, hey, all aboard.
Yeah, but this also goes back as you just look at the people right now who are quarterbacking. in the playoffs still left.
Yeah.
And you go back to how much coaching matters in the NFL, and we are so quick. Trevor Lawrence was considered a bust. Liam Cohen gets there, and he's playing as well as anybody in the NFL. Sam Darnold was a bust. Goes to Minnesota. He gets worked with Kevin O'Connell. Gets a lot of good work out there at Seattle. Now he's leading his team.
He also did with San Francisco as a backup. Yeah,
and then, you look at Purdy, who was the last pick of the draft. You look at Caleb Williams, who was a complete bust when you go out and you hire, Yuba Flores, which was the dumbest hire the Bears ever made, especially you kept him whenever you got the number one pick and knew it was going to be Caleb Williams. Look what he's done under Ben Johnson. Bo Nix, what he's done at Denver. I mean, this guy was a bust at Auburn and then had a nice year at Oregon. And then whenever he got drafted, I never thought he was going to be an NFL quarterback. It all goes down. These owners have got to get these owners have got to get better at matching their quarterback with big-time head coaches. And when you do that, these guys were all stars in college, and they were first-round picks for a reason.
Or if you're C.J. Stroud and Drake May, you just hire an elite defensive mind and just make a great defense and just don't ask your quarterback to go win the game.
Yeah, but even then, they're offensively, C.J. Stroud has played well.
C.J. Stroud – he almost cost them last night.
He did, but can I ask you, this is what I'm talking about of what we're seeing. Like, I see now out there getting a lot of head coach interviews is Robert Saleh.
Yep.
If you hire Robert Saleh as your head coach, that's the dumbest thing you can do. Look what he did with the Jets.
Well, it's the Jets.
No, it doesn't matter.
There's a lot of really good ownership.
Robert Saleh is a defensive coordinator, period.
I mean, he certainly looked that way, but there is a lot of interest, and it does make you wonder. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. This coaching cycle is going to be great. Went a little longer on that, but anytime you get me talking NFL, I had a blast watching it all weekend long. Great games. There'll be more great games coming up this week. We'll keep you posted on the quarterback carousel. Maybe have some coaching questions, and there'll be plenty of time to talk about it through the week. Last thing I got before we move on to the Owensboro Health Top 10, how about Jalen Lowe? I mean, having the surgery. Did you talk about this yesterday?
It actually broke right at the end of Live at 5, so we brought it up. I mean, listen, I don't fault the kid. I mean, you had one game left where you can actually have the surgery, and if you want to use a medical red shirt, you can. So you would still have 2 years of eligibility left. Now, if he comes back to UK or he ends the portal and goes somewhere else, I don't know if he'll be in college for 2 years. I would say he could probably make more money at the college level for the next 2 years than he could the NBA. So I have no problem with this. He's given it everything he had. He came in, got hurt 2 different times after the original injury. And so then I would much rather, if I'm Jalen Lowe, hey, let's have the surgery now. Let's get 100% healthy. I saved this year so it doesn't cost me. Yeah. And I don't have to go and try to do what Chambliss is doing at Ole Miss where I'm having to appeal or sue. There's nothing the NCAA to do. It's all documented. So I keep those 2 years. So I'm perfectly fine with it. This does mean, listen, I still don't think UK makes the tournament, and I think it's really hurts them going on forward. But, I mean, I feel sorry for the kid, but he did leave everything on the line for UK.
Yeah, and I think it really hurts him.
No, without a doubt.
It really, really hurts.
I mean, the best case scenario is Jasper Johnson finds a whole nother gear and becomes the point guard.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, what else you going to do, right? I mean, you got to give it a shot, right? So we'll pause it right there. We'll talk about Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. You can give her a call at 270-315-9810. Find her at KarenGross.net. It's Live at 5, 1027 The Game.
What distinguishes Foreman Watson Houltry from many other law firms? It's the pride we take in the communities we serve, stemming from the deep roots our attorneys have in this region. We view giving back to our hometowns as an obligation, not an option. Foreman Watson Houltry, dedicated to you, committed to justice, FWHlegal.com.
Chad, how do winners win shopping for a new vehicle?
The Red Tag event at Don Moore on 54. They'll be winning, picking, and grinning.
All in one place.
New Chevy Trax, $23,495 or $299 a month.
And with non-commissioned product specialists.
There's no fiddling around.
New Silverado Crew Cab, $39,990 or $499 a month. DonMooreChevy.com.
Scan the code.
To big events, they make it pit perfect every time. Their food truck and catering can bring the flavor straight to you. And here's a thank you to our hometown heroes. With valid ID, veterans, police, firefighters, and EMS get a free drink with a purchase at the food truck. See where they're serving next, shop the sauce, and book your event at VanHattensBarbecue.com. And follow Van Hatten's Pitmaster Barbecue Sauce on Facebook. Van Hatten's, where flavor wins.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Travis Holtree from Foreman Watson Holtree. We have been known as Owensboro's personal injury law firm for 15 years, and it all began when we became the one call for injury law. In 15 years, that hasn't changed. Foreman Watson Holtree truly is your one call for injury law. Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Are you dreaming of a home makeover? Step into Floor Concepts in Owensboro, Kentucky, where every floor tells a story. With over 40 years of experience, Floor Concepts offers personalized solutions. From cozy carpets to elegant hardwoods, our pros don't just sell floors. We bring your vision to life. Whether it's a little update or a major makeover, your satisfaction is our floor plan. Visit Floor Concepts today, because when it comes to your home, we're with you every step of the way.
Let's get back to Live at 5 with Steve and Coach on 1027 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Before we get into the top 10, it's time to give some Player of the Weeks away.
Yes,
right?
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's roll out that Commonwealth Road Product Hornet of the Week. Hornet struggling a little bit lately, a little bit of a losing streak, had some injuries and some sickness hit the team. I think that really affected them. They're sitting there at 8-7, but our Hornet of the Week, courtesy of Commonwealth, is going to be Keegan Wilson, 15.2 points per game on the season, and he's kind of the cog that makes things go for them.
He is. He had a big week last week, played well. I think he averaged a little more than 15 points a game in the week, but well-deserved for him.
Yeah, no, it was a good week, and see if the Hornets can get back on the winning side of things. That trip to regional tournament is certainly right there on the table there. I think Meade's probably the favorite in that region, but Breck and Hancock be battling, I think, for that other spot. Move it over now and talk about the Trinity Raiders sitting at 11-9. Off to a really good start. I feel like you beat Warren East last night, 83-69, to get that 11th win. Our Foreman Watson Holtree Raider of the Week will be Mr. Cale Borman.
Yeah, the point guard. He kind of makes them go there. Also, last week did some scoring for him. Something he's usually around 6 to 8 points a game. Had a big week last week scoring, but he handles the rock and gets their offense going. And very impressive young man.
Yeah, no, and that 12th district, which is somewhat wide open. I mean, I think you got Edmondson and Grayson as the favorites, but Trinity will certainly be a tough out come the first round there of the 12th district tournament. Let's move it now to the 10th spot of our Owensboro Health top 10. Back on board with the boys this week. We'll kick it off with Meade County sitting there at number 10 and 7-5 overall. It's a little bit of a mixed bag week, Vic. You got to see them firsthand back there on Wednesday night in a running clock loss to Owensboro Catholic, but they bounced back really well with the win over Ohio County on Friday. You had Carter Pike with 7 3-pointers, finished with 21 points in that win. Medley had 18, Shouts with a double-double, 15 and 11, and they host Shelby County tonight for the Wave.
It's not often too many teams go into Ohio County and hit more 3-pointers than Ohio County does, but Meade did that, and it was a nice bounce back because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They looked absolutely lost and pathetic against Calic High, and so it was nice to see them bounce back. And even Coach Briggins on Beyond the Bench yesterday talked about how he had told his coaching staff he was really worried about that game because they were coming off a big win over Muhlenberg where they won by like 17. Meade gets beat by 40 and completely embarrassed at the Sports Center. You know they're not that bad. And so he was really worried about this game going in. Didn't feel like his kids were as focused for it, ready to go, but said Meade played really well.
Yeah, it's good to see Pike, lead them in scoring. It's been the Shouse medley show all year long, so they need some more help. That was my concern going into the season for them. And, we're not even halfway through the season yet, and Pike stepping up and leading them in scoring a couple times so far this year. So Meade sitting there at number 10. We'll move it to the 9th spot, and that's where Muhlenberg is sitting. A little bit of a tough 5-game losing streak. They ended it last night against Butler County in a game they were heavily favored in, but started really strong and then have since slid back a little bit. They fell in that 10th district game against Ohio County last week. So it's kind of hard to get a pulse on where McLean County or Muhlenberg County is right now.
Of teams out there in the region, I have literally no idea about. It's Muhlenberg County. Like, you just look at the results of who they've beaten, who they've lost to. You can't really explain it. Not playing well right now, but you still felt like in the 10th district, it's going to be, they're down a game to Ohio County. They have to go ahead and play McLean. Make sure you win that one. Then if they do and Ohio County beats McLean, then the last game would be for who wins the 1 seed.
Yeah.
But who knows about this? This Muhlenberg team could be a Final Four in the region, or they could be out in the district.
Yeah, in that 10th district, that first game, you would think at this point it's probably going to be McLean, but there's still plenty of basketball left. They host Apollo tonight, which should be a good,
a good measuring stick for McLean
for
Muhlenberg.
For really both teams. Apollo's going on the road over there, tough place to play over in Coal Country, and then they've got Hancock County Friday, Caldwell County on Saturday, so should be a good one. Our Sacramento Deposit Bank Mustang of the week will be Gavin Groves. Goose, 19.3 points per game last week, and he's leading them in scoring on the season. He's off to a great start.
Yeah, he's been the one guy that can count on night in, night out.
We'll move it to the 8th spot now. It's the Edmonson County Wildcats sitting there at 8-4, coming off a 2-0 week last week. First win was in double overtime to Logan County. Really nice win there. Tyler Wilson, 19 points, 10 rebounds, led the way in the win there. Then they got a big district win over Trinity on Friday night, 76-71.
And a real good game.
Yeah,
real good game.
Highly contested battle. How about Tyler Wilson in that one? 32. He missed a couple games when they lost without him, and he's vital for this team.
I think they're like 8-2 with him and 0-2 without him.
Yeah, and Braden Wright poured in 23 to go along with Wilson's 32 against Trinity, and they're at Butler County in their lone game this week, so you'd expect Edmonson right now looking like they're going to move to 2-1 in 12th district play. And like I talked about, I think that they're, obviously them and Trinity somewhat evenly matched, but right now I'd favor Edmonson off that win.
Yeah, that's going to be the 2-3 matchup, you would think, because Grayson's the heavy favorite to be there, and, Butler the heavy favorite to be the 4 seed.
Yeah.
So, that's what it's going to come down to who's at the regional tournament, Edmonson or Trinity, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's move it to the 7th spot, and that's where Apollo's sitting. 11-3, and they got a big win over Owensboro last night. And by my count, I think it's the first time they've beaten Owensboro since 2018.
I think so.
I think so. Tournament, way back in an incredible game where Nathan Boyle hits the big 3 out of the corner and takes down the Devils in the 9th district tournament. I think that's the last time Apollo beat Owensboro. Yeah. So, it's a 67-43 win. You had Henning with 19. He had about 20 rebounds in the game there as well. Tate Powers had 16. You had Butterworth and Cruz both in double figures in the win there. They did fall in the game you had on Friday night against Davis County. I thought they were pretty competitive for the most part. There were stretches where they couldn't compete, but they hung in certain moments.
They did.
That's as good as you can ask for.
I was watching the game. There was never any doubt in my mind who was winning the basketball game. But, to me, for Apollo, it's just all about finding the offense and consistency, and there's just too many bad shots taken in some spots offensively. Yeah. And for my
quick
taste.
Threes.
Yeah, for my taste.
Drives me nuts. You heard it right here.
Yeah, for my taste.
That front court taking quick threes, unless you're there to pull the boards every time. If you got rebounding. If you can identify the Hennings in a position to pull that board, maybe. But
yeah, the problem is against Davis County, you got Watkins there and you got Acton there that are all rebounders too.
Sure,
so,
yeah. For sure. No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I just don't love the quick trigger threes. I think in the flow of the offense is the way to go. And with that front court, you should be able to get a little inside-out game working.
Yeah.
I would think. I mean,
I don't need to dribble and pull up three-pointer. How about let's dump it into the post and let people collapse down and then kick it back out for catch and shoot threes.
And again,
that's what I need more of.
And again, we're hard on you because we expect this to be a really good basketball team. On paper, the talent just jumps off the page at you from this group of Apollo Eagles. They're at Muhlenberg tonight. Should be a really good. This would be a good week. For Apollo. They can get the win over Owensboro. You're at Muhlenberg tonight. Then you host Owensboro Catholic on Friday. And I'll tell you something I love about Coach Tinsley is and I don't know what the deal is at Apollo because you got a lot of tradition, right? The shadow boxes are gone. You already know I have a problem with that.
Right.
Like that Hall of Fame there, when people walked into Eagle Arena.
It was awesome.
And you see that Hall of Fame, it just says aura.
Yep.
Right? It's gone. Where are all the banners? You have 10 third region championships. I mean, they used to have banners all over creation in there. And how about the girls' run with Coach Powers Payne and, Willis McClure and all? You had banners everywhere. Tradition should be celebrated, right? That's why, and I don't know what's going on with that, but I think they should get back to that. And Coach Tinsley does a great job with it. He does a great job getting the old teams back together, and he's doing it this Friday night. They're going to celebrate the 06 team.
Okay.
They went all the way to the state championship.
Tyler
Brown's group. He's assistant on the bench.
Well, you'll be there Friday night with
be a
K
little
News.
reminiscing.
Dave will be there for LME, and I'll tell you what, it's being interesting. How about Henning versus John Paul Carrico in the post?
Oh man. That's a meat on meat matchup.
That
right
is.
There.
That is. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, somebody that can maybe physically match up with Landon Henning, right? But no, man, that 06 team's special. I'll never forget the midway through the season that they were playing Ohio County, and I told my granddad, I said, "This is one of the worst Apollo teams I've ever seen."
And they go to the state finals.
And then something came on in the tournament, and they made a run, and you beat top-ranked Covcats in the first round, and then you beat Darius Miller in Mason County in round 2, and Vic Crutcher from PRP in the morning of the Saturday game. Back, I think they do it again.
They still
now,
do
right?
it, yes.
Yeah, and then we slept in the van between games, and then J-Town, who I'll never going to love.
I know, you'll never love J-Town.
J-Town just beat Mail the other
Hold on, I hate J-Town.
That's what J-Town
It goes
does.
back to Little League Baseball. I hate J-Town.
J-Town, man. It's thorn in the side, but it'd be good to celebrate that group over their 2006 Apollo team on Friday night. Let's get to our L&I Insurance Solutions Player of the Week. Talk a little more about Landon Henning, man. He's leading the state in rebounds right now, right at 15 boards per game, and playing really well for him. I think when the offense flows through him, I think it's a different animal.
Needs more touches.
Yeah.
Needs more touches.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think everybody would thrive because of it.
100%.
Talk about this with Wesley a lot of the times. When the big man Fatih Huick's rolling,
look what happens
and you get him a touch. Ask AP.
Ask AP. Ask Ramos. Ask Johnny out there. Levante Harris. They all do. They all open up.
Yeah. And sometimes I like to reminisce. Sometimes I do. It was a fun year, man. 06. That team came out completely out of nowhere. Had no business beating PRP. Tyler Brown in foul trouble. He still found a way against that Crutcher cat. It was insane. But let's move it to the 6th spot. And that's where Heritage Hills is sitting this week, 9-4 on the season, coming off a tough loss at the Hatchet House. I've been waiting all day to say that.
The Hatchet, a great
arena.
arena.
House is iconic.
It's one of the top 10 high school arenas in the country. Period.
It's not quite as iconic as the venerable Owensboro Sports Center, but it's right there. It might be.
It is. No, it's in the top 10. It's in the top 10 in a capacity in high school. But it's like old style basketball. It's almost like the pit where you walk in there, you're up at the top, at ground level is the top of it. And I was there for a sectional championship. My cousin played up at Jasper, and it is one of the iconic top 10 high school arenas, not in Indiana, not in Kentucky or the ESPN Owensboro area, in the nation.
And that's where Heritage Hills just went.
I know.
So they just had a game there, lost a tough one, but they did get a nice close win, last-second win over Gibson Southern, 62-61. Peyton Gray coming straight from the gridiron, 15.4 points per game. Jake Pryor's right there at 15 a game for the Patriots, and Tate Wetzel at 14 a game. So the three-headed monster of the Patriots keeping them going.
You'll see some of those names in the stat leaders that come out tomorrow.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah, they definitely can lean on those guys. It's a really good basketball team. They got a Friday, Saturday schedule with Pike Central and Tecumseh coming up.
Yeah, you can play on Friday. You do realize last Friday there was only one high school basketball game in the state of Indiana.
Really?
Like, for the first time ever. Think about that.
What's that all about? What's that all about?
IU football was playing in the national semifinals, so they all moved their games so I can watch IU football.
I like that.
But literally
I'm okay with
Friday,
that.
the entire state of Indiana had one high school basketball game. And Indiana's schedule, in Kentucky, Indiana's a lot of Friday, Saturday games.
Yeah.
Now, our district games are a lot on Friday. But, yes, one high school basketball game in the state of Indiana, in the entire state last Friday.
Man, Hoosier hysteria has taken on a different meaning.
It has.
Right? It's on the
football
gridiron
school. It's a
now.
football school. It's a football state now.
We didn't mention this earlier. Give me a percentage. Signetti goes on right next week, beats Miami, the national champs. He does it in the same fashion he's been doing it. They're 16-0. I heard y'all talking about this yesterday. Yeah. To me, there's not a conversation. They're the only team that's ever done it.
Right, but they play more games now. But,
right, fair. That's fine.
Right.
Still the first to ever do it.
Yep.
You've buzzsawed your way. And if they do it to Miami, they got to be in the conversation for the greatest team of all time.
Yeah, I think for me, there's three teams in that conversation. You got Joe Burrow and LSU.
There's no doubt.
You got
Jefferson.
You got the Miami team that had like 27 NFL guys on it. And then to me, 88 Notre Dame, which was loaded. Those, to me, are the best three teams I've ever seen in college football.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. That's Notre Dame biased coming out.
No, but I mean, you look at that team when you had you had Zorich and the running backs, and you had Bobby Taylor, and you had Frank Stams. They had a ton of guys that played in the NFL.
They did.
Like, they were loaded. Aaron Taylor.
Well,
they were loaded. Where would I put Indiana in that group? I think they would probably step up and probably be number 4 at the moment. I'd have to really look at it. I mean, the one thing that makes Indiana different is
no names.
No.
How many of those guys you think in 20 years from now we're going to look back and say, how many of those guys you think have played in the NFL?
It's the difference of college football now because Indiana is the oldest team in the country. Indiana's average age is like 23.6 years of age.
Grown men.
The Panthers, who just played in the playoffs, is at 24.4 average age of their players. So these are grown men. These are professionals. So, but I mean, my question is, what's the percentage of Signetti being back at Indiana if he belongs?
That's where I was going with this long, convoluted point, is if he does win it, what's the percentage chance Signetti jumps to the NFL? Because listen, we just talked about this during the break. We weren't on the air, but there's 9 openings.
20%.
And there's not 9 coaches that deserve to be coaches right now.
Listen, here's what if
20%?
I said 20.
20?
If I'm Tom Brady and the Raiders, I throw all of Vegas.
Wouldn't that be something?
I throw all of Vegas's money. It doesn't matter. I go if I can't do it, I go to the casinos and be like, I need a loan.
That's a great one there.
And then you pair him with Mendoza as the number 1 pick. I give him $20-25 million a year.
I love it.
That's what I do.
And that's must-see TV.
I give him a 5-year, $125 million contract to be the coach of the Vegas Raiders.
And Indiana fans are like, stop it.
No, I mean,
stop it right now. But you got to understand, man, when you got a guy like Signetti, who's pretty much Saban. I mean, at this point, you can't say this dude has had the most incredible sports story in football history right now. Took the worst Division I football program
in
there
history.
is.
Yes.
And took them, and now they're dominating within a 2-year period. There's going to be NFL teams after. It's after Marcus Freeman. They're going to be after
there's
Signetti.
No doubt. There's no doubt. But that's what I do if I'm the Vegas Raiders. 5 years, $130 million. Make him say no.
Tom's on it. Is Tom going to be successful? We're totally taking a break in the middle of the Owensboro Health.
No, because he won't buy in fully. He's into TV.
This has never really worked.
If you were going to do this, if you were going to do this, the thing about Elway is that was their job. Brady's trying to play both sides of the end and be on TV too. I think Matt Ryan's going to do a tremendous job in Atlanta.
I'll be interested.
I just think Tom will not. He won't dip his toe fully in.
Sometimes you just get thoughts. They just pop in. You want to know the answer. I thought I'd throw them at you. We'll pause it between 5 and 6, come back, and get the top 5 live at 5 1027 The Game.
Living life at a healthy weight can be challenging, but Owensboro Health's weight management team has the resources to help. Whether you are looking for nutrition counseling and fitness training at the health park, or clinically supervised weight loss medications or weight loss surgery with our bariatric surgeon, you'll find the support you need to maintain a healthy weight and live a healthier, happier life. Learn more at owensborohealth.org/livewell.
If you want the best local, regional, and national sports coverage, then you need to listen to Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans. Catch them every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. on Owensboro Sports Station, 1027 The Game, courtesy of Foreman, Watson, Holtree.
Safety is key when replacing an outlet, so leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Oh, cold and brisk autumn night, the spirits scream with much delight. Costly Protections provides the fright. Get you ready for Halloween night.
Hey, it's Johnny Calhoun of Calhoun's Barbershop. Come see us at 452 East 18th Street. We're here early, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5:30, Saturday, 7 to noon. And as always, we don't want to be everybody's barber. We just want to be your barber at Calhoun's Barbershop.
Protect what matters most with Home Mutual Insurance. Whether it's your home, your car, business, or life insurance, we've got you covered. Stop by 532 Main Street in Tell City or call 812-547-2363 for a free quote. Home Mutual Insurance, your trusted local provider.
Looking for your dream home? Look no further. Ethan Myers at Fairway Realty is your key to a personalized home buying experience. Ethan ensures a smooth and stress-free journey to home ownership. Don't wait. Call Ethan Myers at Fairway Realty today and unlock the door to your future.
Future leaders begin at DePauw University. In the School of Business and Leadership, students gain the skills and confidence to make their mark and change the world. Step up, stand out, and lead with purpose. Learn more at depaw.edu.
This is Travis Holtree from Foreman, Watson, Holtree. We have been known as Owensboro's personal injury law firm for 15 years, and it all began when we became the one call for injury law. In 15 years, that hasn't changed. Foreman, Watson, Holtree truly is your one call for injury law. Foreman, Watson, Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Transform your living space into your dream oasis with Southern Charm Remodeling. We bring Southern elegance to every project with attention to detail and commitment to high-quality results. From kitchen and bathroom remodeling to home additions, painting, outdoor living spaces, concrete, and roofing. Contact us now for a free consultation through Facebook. Call 270-903-0605 or visit SouthernCharmRemodelingKY.com. Southern Charm Remodeling, transforming spaces and inspiring hearts.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman, Watson, Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the middle of the Owensboro Health Top 10.
Before we get to number 5.
Yeah.
We want to give a big shout out to Dime with the new Owensboro Health Top 10 graphic. It looks really good.
You can see it right there. If you're on the social media platforms, you can see it.
We'll post it after the show's over.
Yeah, on social media as well. But let's move it. Number 5, the Ohio County Eagles, 12-2. 11-game winning streak snapped by me. We talked about that a little bit during the Meade segment. The big one, though, was the win over Muhlenberg, 67-52. And how about Ryan Durham, 35, very underrated players at 21 points per game on the season is Durham. And I think he's one of the more underrated players in the region right now.
Him and Jermel Carruthers are the top 2 underrated players in the ESPN Owensboro area.
I think Durham's even flying, on a regional scale. I think he's even flying even further than Jermel. But they host Madisonville tonight, and then they got a big one against McLean on Friday. If they win that, it's probably going to come down to that Muhlenberg game in the final matchup between those two, to who gets to bye and who gets to avoid playing McLean.
Muhlenberg would have to also beat McLean, or Ohio, if Ohio beats McLean and then Muhlenberg loses McLean, it's clinched.
Yeah, that's it. They clinch it. Yeah.
Yep, they would clinch it.
Yep. So big game for Ohio. All those 10th district regular season games are huge, and that'll be Friday on 97X.
They'll have it right there. They'll have the girls-boys doubleheader.
And speaking of having a game, how about Owensboro Catholic? We'll be at Apollo on Friday on K-News for that one and 102.7.
Yeah, it'll be the game of the week, too. Dave and Aaron will be there because I'll be on the road up to Ohio.
Yeah, should be a good one. They're 11-4. And I tell you what, man, and we're going to talk about Grayson in a minute, but they ran into an absolute buzzsaw last night.
They did. Grayson made a statement. Grayson made a huge statement last night, I think.
They did. I mean, it's a statement for the whole region because I think Owensboro Catholic, I mean, is right there. You talk about second tier. I think they're right there at the top of that. They pretty much running clocked Owensboro, Meade, and McLean in a row last week. I mean, left no doubt. Really good defensive team, very long, and they gave up 90-something to Grayson last night, which tells you all you need to know about that. I think that speaks more of who the Cougars are versus who the Aces are. I mean, to me, it's just impressive.
The one thing that was answered last night, we'll get more as we get to the top two teams in the poll, was, you had that second tier, Catholic, Ohio County, and those. Can they go up and play with those two on a given night? And so far, every answer that's been answered is no, they can't.
Doesn't seem like it. Now, tournament time does some weird things.
It does.
It does some weird things. And I've seen some crazy upsets come tournament time, so we're not sealing the deal on it. Dremel Carruthers is off to a great start, 13.5 a game. Jake Murphy's at 13. Hagen has been incredible. Coots, Sully. I mean, they have a good cast. I feel like across the board. Grant has been really good for them as well. Like I say, very long, very physical. Just wasn't their night last night. They're at Apollo on Friday. It should be a great one. Our Independence Bank ace of the week. How about Dylan Hagen? Coming off that big game. You saw him firsthand. County Colonels, they're sitting at 11-4 right now in the season, and they defeated Taylor County in 4 overtimes last week. Xavier Johnson with 22, Zayden Martin with a big double-double, 16 and 10. And then they beat a good Webster County team by 10. Johnson another double-double in that one, 14 points, 12 rebounds. They did fall to Graves on Saturday, which is a little bit of a head-scratcher. I would have had them penciled in over. I know Catholic beat Graves head-to-head.
Maybe a little tired.
Holiday term, maybe.
You had 4 overtime. You played basically played like 2.5 games in one game.
That's true. Yeah, and they got Christian County tonight, where they'll be heavily favored. Our Green River Area Federal Credit Union Colonel of the week will be Xavier Johnson. He's having a tremendous start to the season for them, right around 20 points per game there for the Colonels, who are sitting at number 3 this week. And now, let's move it to the top 2, which won't change, in my opinion. I mean, these two teams are locked in. Now, the order is not quite as definitive as I once thought it was. Now, Davis County has better wins at the state level. Obviously, winning that LexCath tournament was an eye-opener. But I can tell you right now, the gap between these two teams, in my opinion, is not that much. I mean, I watched Grayson County last night, and I came away very impressed. And Grayson's going to be 2 for right now at 11-4, 8 straight wins since the King of the Bluegrass. But they are absolutely annihilating everyone in their path. They beat Henry County by 50. They beat Madisonville by 50. They beat Butler by 31. Catholic by 35. I mean, they got 5 dudes that can go out and score 30 any given night. I mean, and lots of times they're all scoring in double figures in every single game. I mean, last night it was Martis, who was completely unconscious from everywhere. He had 22 in that win over Catholic. But Jack Logson, he's going to Western. You know about Jack. But I think the 2 guys that have surprised me the most, not that they're good, but they're really good. Brody Armstrong at 15.7, and then Spencer Langdon, 13 points per game, doesn't really – show the impact I think they have on their team. Then you got Martis, who's a professional scorer, and he's at 12 points per game. And Gaither hasn't even really settled in. He's led them in scoring a couple times, but he hasn't even really settled into the rotation yet. I mean, this last night proved to me this isn't your Grayson County from a couple years ago, because I thought this game was going to be close. I thought Catholic defensively could give them some trouble with their length. Grayson County looked like they were in another class.
Yes.
And to me, that's impressive. I mean, this Catholic team, I've seen them firsthand. You saw what they did to Meade. I mean, and then there's just a complete annihilation last night by Grayson, and they're doing that to everyone they play. So this Grayson team, man, I thought it was Davis County, Gap, Grayson County, big Gap, everybody else. the gap, I don't think it's that big, man. I think on any given night, I think I've just canceled. I am disrespecting the entire third region. Cancel the whole third region tournament and just give me a best-of-7 series between Davis County, Grayson County for the third region tournament.
I'll say this.
Sorry to be disrespectful, but that's going to be the best basketball we can get.
What really needs to happen, I don't know whatever you have to do with the ping pong balls, whenever they go draw the regional tournament, you got to have Davis County and Grayson on opposite sides.
They have to be. That can't be a semifinal matchup.
No, I agree with you, and I think I think what separates these two teams is just like you talked about. When you get to Davis County, both these teams have 5 guys on any given night can lead you in scoring and can light up the scoreboard. Now, I think there is a small gap between Davis County and Grayson County, and I think the name of that gap is John Moss. I think that is the difference between these two teams.
I agree.
And that's why I think if these two teams played 10 times, I'm going to go 6.5 to 3.5 or 6-4 Davis County right now is what I'm picking to win that. But I do think, listen, that just shows to show you that regular season game at Davis County. I wish they would cancel that.
They played a classic last year.
Right, but I just wish they would cancel the regular season. I don't need to see this.
I don't need
until the
an
regional
appetizer.
Tournament. No.
I want the T-bone steak.
Yes, this would be this reminds me of me growing up in the 80s, and you had the Celtics on one side of the country and the Lakers on the other.
Yeah.
It was much watched TV when they played their home and home, but I didn't need to see it. Let's just get them to the NBA Finals and play 7. You got Grace on the southern end of the region, Davis County on the north end of the region. They don't have to play in the regular season. Let's just wait till we get to the regional tournament.
Yeah, our Above All Roofing Grayson County Cougar of the week will be Spencer Langdon, 14.3 points per game last week, and I'm sure we're going to spread that award.
Oh, yeah, it could go to any of them all the time.
Excuse me. We're moving on to Davis County, who's number 1, obviously, 14-3 on the season. Got a big win over a very good McCracken team. It seems like it's, just casual win, but that's a really good team. Moss had 20. He had 25 in the 41-point win over Breck. He had 31 in the 23-point win over Apollo. He's at about 24.5 points per game on the season. Watkins is 16-9 on the season. Acton is starting to acclimate to this system. We've seen him up in the 20s a couple times lately. He's at 15 a game. They're at Butler tonight, Owensboro. They won't be challenged this week. They'll be running clocks both nights.
No, and here's what makes them scary, and you'll see this when it comes out tomorrow. They got 3 of the top 6 3-point shooters in the ESPN Owensboro area based on percentage.
I mean, yeah.
3 of the top 6.
I'm salivating because I saw Grayson just shooting the lights. I'm just seeing both of these teams just back and forth shooting the lights out. I agree. I give Davis County the slight edge because of Moss.
Well, not just Moss. I think where Davis County gets very underrated is when they want to absolutely shut you down defensively, they can absolutely get after you. Ratcliffe makes life miserable.
Yeah.
He makes it so tough to get in their offense. They got the length in Watkins and Acton. You got Randolph, who's playing unbelievable defense too. Then you got Moss, and Moss doesn't get enough credit for how good a defensive player he is. We saw him shut down Ty Price last year in the regular season. Just completely shut him down.
Yeah.
And so and then when they want to put this zone trap on you, they get their hands on so many basketballs. To me, that's the separator right now.
Yeah.
Moss and their ability defensively.
I'm with you on all that, and I think that's firmly in the corner of the Panthers. I would give Grayson an edge on depth.
100%.
I think Grayson's a little deeper.
No, they are 100%
if
deeper.
Something was to happen and you pick up 2 quick fouls or something, then I lean Grayson to be able to withstand that a little more than Davis County. Other than that, I think the categories do favor the Panthers. Bottom line is,
it's going to be a great basketball game when they meet twice this year.
It's like you're at Ellis Park and they're coming around the corner, ready to come down the stretch, and there's 2 horses and everybody else is still on the back stretch. That's what it feels like right now for these two teams.
You may have to set into that game of the week with me whenever those two face in the regular season. Be my color guy.
We're going to come back and give away some Player of the Weeks. Take you out of here on a Tuesday, live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
The Hancock County Library is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have activities for all ages. Visit hcplky.org today or call 270-927-6760. Hancock County Public Library, keeping you connected.
Is buying a new vehicle a source of stress? Come to B.F. Evans Ford in Livermore for a truly stress-free experience. B.F. Evans Ford has been serving the tri-state and beyond since 1953. So buy your next vehicle from B.F. Evans Ford and get big discounts, top dollar for your trade. need has the free buying and award-winning service. BF Evans Ford in Livermore, Ford Motor Company President's Award winner for 28 years. You can even shop online at bfevansford.com.
Winning combination, BF Evans and you.
PSC Fiber is building the region's fastest fiber optic network to deliver essential internet to Perry, Spencer, and DuBois counties with the customer service and tech support you expect from neighbors. Access to high-speed, reliable internet has a positive impact on economic development and social well-being. The ways we communicate have changed a lot in over 70 years, and PSC Fiber is always leading the way. Call 800-511-4899 or visit us at pscfiber.net to see how PSC Fiber is here for you.
Looking to start your day with a little main character energy? Swing by the Creme Coffee House in downtown Owensboro. From handcrafted coffee to irresistible sweets, we've got everything you need to feel a little more like the lead in your story. The vibe, cozy, inviting, and full of character. The location, right in the heart of downtown. Whether you're catching up with friends or grabbing a solo pick-me-up, the Creme Coffee House is your spot to shine. Stop by today at 109 East 2nd Street. It's your story. Make it caffeinated.
Feel the power of the road beneath you. Rick's Tire and Service can make it possible. Offering comprehensive car care from front-end repair and brake work to air conditioning and diagnostic services. We're more than just tires. Elevate your ride with our range of aftermarket accessories. Get those wheels, tires, level up with lift kits, sleep bumpers, bed covers, and running boards. Even lights, you bet. At Rick's, we customize your vehicle to reflect your style. Rick's Tire and Service, the place where we turn your car from basic to fantastic.
When you work at Commonwealth Road Products, it's not about just making things possible, it's about making things safe. People who work at Commonwealth Road Products believe staying safe begins with me, bringing a not on my watch commitment to work, home, and play. Let's keep our kids safe when they play sports. Make sure their equipment fits right and works correctly. Pay attention to the temperature when outside and stay hydrated. Join us in saying no one should ever get injured. Not on my watch. Commonwealth Road Products is a proud sponsor of Hancock County Sports Broadcasts.
Support your school with the German American School Spirit Check Card. With each purchase you make using the card, we make a donation to your participating school of choice. So far, through our School Spirit Card program, we've given back over $300,000 to community schools. Stop in your local German American bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit Check Card today. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Discover your new sanctuary at the Salt Room in Tell City. Step into our Himalayan salt room and let the stress melt away. Warm up and detox in our infrared sauna or boost your energy at the oxygen bar. Whether you need respiratory relief or just a peaceful place to reset, you'll find it here. Visit us at 1148 Main Street in Tell City and follow the Salt Room on Facebook for specials and updates. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Your wellness starts here at the Salt Room.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans taking you home on a Tuesday. Let's get some player of the week. Let's start with the champion Ford Davis County players of the week. How about the cheer and dance team?
Dominant.
Out at Davis County. State titles.
3 of them.
Man, I mean, domination. Davis County got it rolling right now.
And girls sports or girls programs, I mean, there's not a better school out there. I mean, you look at all the regional titles. Now you had 3 state titles. You know, the cheerleading team wins 1. You get the dance team that wins 2, doubles up, says anything you can do better, we can add 1. Total domination. And well, rightly reserved because they are athletes, Steve. They may be the best athletes in the region.
No doubt about it. Yeah, out there flipping around all over creation. How about Breckenridge County girls basketball, 10-5, and they've really come to life. To me, we've been voting on this top 10, and I've had Catholic 1 the whole time and Breck 2. But it's closer than I thought it was in my mind. Kind of like Grayson County. They nearly beat
Castle. Don't leave out Davis County because it's a big 3.
100%. But when you're voting, you know that Breck Davis County head-to-head plays in.
Right.
That's why I had it that way. 10-5. They almost beat Castle last night. Our VFW 59-31. 58-31. I have 59 down. 58-31. Apologies, VFW. Big thanks to your support. Rowan Radzewski, 15.7 points per game last week.
Yeah,
she's really taken a massive step forward.
I'm not sure there's too many girls in the region that have taken a bigger step than her in this year. From last year.
Might go slightly over here. A little bit of overtime.
That's all right.
Owensboro 6-7. They won 3 out of 4 last week, except for that game against Catholic that I called. But Rhodes and Rhodes, Owensboro Player of the Week, Abby Sapp.
Yes.
You can see why. She was able to get into the lane at will against Owensboro Catholic. She had 17.5 points per game last week. Love that. 2-1 on the week for Coach Harris there in the Owensboro Lady Devils. No doubt.
Well deserved.
How about the Ohio? I tell you, Ohio County. Me and Jalen were talking before we went on the air. Ohio County Lady Eagle. They've won 5 out of their last 7.
Playing really well. Coach Hill's got them playing really well, and it's all started by our Player of the Week this year. Our Hawkins Avenue Player of the Week this year. She's really playing well.
Yeah, Emily Eiler will be your Hawkins Avenue Eagle of the Week. 16.7 rebounds. They went 3-0. Fell to Grayson County last night, but they were ahead in the early portion of the game. Grayson had to have a big second half to come back and get them. And they'll play McLean County on the girls' side on Friday night. And McLean's sitting at 9-5 overall in the season. Tough loss, a little head-scratching loss to Butler County last night.
I didn't get that one.
Yeah. Sacramento Deposit Bank, Lady Cougar of the Week, Ella Larkin, 14 points, 4 rebounds. And we saved the best one for last, right? Tell City's 9-8. They beat Hancock last night. Cash Wagner and Associates Player of the Week, Reese Ford, 1,000 points, only the 5th young lady.
That's unbelievable. Only the 5th in the school history to do
Big
it, and she's such a great player.
No doubt, man. We'll get you a little reset tomorrow, and we'll do a little above all roof.
True or false. Looking forward to it.
See you then, live at 5.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Holtree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.